After 12 years as a correspondent for the Spanish newspaper El Mundo in Russia, Javier Colas is back in Madrid, but not for pleasure. As of early June, Javier is the latest foreign correspondent to be expelled by the Russian government.
Foreign journalists have been under sanctions. We have had 3-month visas instead of 1-year visas, as we had before. I was on a blacklist of people whose visa was not renewed and who could not remain in the Russian Federation any longer.
Moscow claims these are not expulsions. In the case of Javier Colas, as they did with others, Russian officials blamed the visa denials on journalists who, they say, made errors on their applications. But in a Russia at war, there is no place for free journalism, only for the propaganda of what the Kremlin calls its special military operation in Ukraine. Emmanuel Grinspan of the Paris-based Le Monde says he was expelled in 2019 due to his critical articles about Putin's Russia in the run-up to the invasion. Since then, he monitors the complicated situation of colleagues inside the country.
From what I understand, it's impossible to do free reporting for a Russian journalist. You just get arrested and sent to jail.
For many foreign journalists, the pressure is greater due to Russia's foreign agents law. Analysts say the Kremlin uses the law to target critics, with some at risk of jail. American-Russian journalist Alsu Kurmasheva has been in custody for 8 months for failing to self-register. The Prague-based journalist for VOA sister network Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, denies wrongdoing. Kurmasheva is one of 2 American journalists Russia is detaining. Evan Gershkovich, a reporter for the Wall Street Journal, was arrested in March 2023. Russian authorities accuse him of espionage, something his family, friends, and colleagues say is simply false.
The arrest of Evan and the expulsion of other foreign journalists has been the capstone point of a decades-long process of intimidation of Russian journalists. This is something that Russian journalists have lived with for quite literally the entirety of Putin's time in power.
Foreign journalists in Russia are becoming fewer and fewer, and independent Russian journalists have only 2 options: work underground at great risk, or go into exile, a dark landscape that shows no signs of changing in the near future. For Ricardo Marquina, Marcus Harton, VOA News.